The Sandman is back, a new Adam Sandler movie to fulfill more of his Netflix contract. We're going to talk today about Hubie Halloween. Let's get it started. Hi guys, Dan here with Dan Reviews It. Welcome to the show. We're going to talk today about Hubie Halloween. Before we get into it though, please go ahead and subscribe below if you haven't yet. We are nearing 600 subscribers, which is very cool, nice milestone. So if you are not on board yet with the subscription, go ahead and hit that below. If you like this video, go ahead and like it as well. And I love hearing from you guys in the comments. That helps the video as well, and I love just interacting with you guys. So let me know if you've seen Hubie Halloween and what you thought of it. But here is my take. Now, previously, I've kind of lumped a lot of the Netflix movies together in videos, done like 3 or 4 at a time, but every so often there's one that is kind of like, okay, I feel like we definitely need to just do a standalone video for this, and Hubie Halloween, I don't know, for some reason feels like it's that kind of a movie. Adam Sandler movies always seem to be an event on Netflix. We've had many so far. I don't know what, this might be the 7th or something, or the 6th. We've had a lot of them, dating back a few years. I think probably 3 years ago was the first one, which was The Ridiculous Six. But we've had a whole string of Netflix movies since then, starring and or produced by Adam Sandler. So let's talk about this one. It was #1 upon release on the Netflix Top 10. Hubie Halloween. So Adam Sandler plays the title character, Hubie Dubois. He is a deli worker in Salem, Massachusetts, and he basically is made fun of by everybody around town except this one gal that he went to high school with, played by the beautiful Julie Bowen. And it's never really established if Hubie is just sort of a weirdo. Is he mentally challenged? We never really get a full synopsis of what his deal actually is. We just know that he has a very annoying and weird Adam Sandler type voice. Yes, he's putting on one of his classic voices here. It's not quite as irritating as Little Nicky, I guess, although Little Nicky on the whole is a much better movie than this. But it's hard to compare a 90s Sandler movie or an early 2000s one to 2020. I mean, it's just worlds apart. A lot of the early Sandler stuff was very funny. Anything with Drew Barrymore was good. Even Blended, which is a more recent Sandler movie, is elevated because of Drew Barrymore and Sandler together. But you know, in the beginning, you had Billy Madison, you had Happy Gilmore, you had Big Daddy, you know, a lot of those, The Wedding Singer. And recently, it's really the last, I would say, 12, 13, 14 years have been mostly terrible. I think the only ones I've given positive grades for that were in the usual vein, like obviously Uncut Gems is its own thing, but mostly it's been, you know, Blended was positive. Murder Mystery was okay. I think maybe I floated that by with like a C+. But anyway, in Hubie Halloween, it is Halloween day or week, I guess, and he's going to be a Halloween helper. He's got a nice monitor sash in the whole movie, and he is sort of introduced to his new neighbor, played by Steve Buscemi, one of the Sandler regulars. He plays Walter Lambert, and he has a secret. He's the new neighbor, but there's a secret that I don't want to give away because even though it's Adam Sandler, I still don't do spoilers on this channel, so we'll avoid that for the time being. So we'll do a spoiler-free review here. But speaking of Buscemi, look, pretty much any Sandler regular that I can think of except for Kevin Nealon and that idiot that plays Bucky Larson, Nick Swardson, they are not in here, but I mean, almost everybody else is. Kevin James, Shaquille O'Neal, Rob Schneider, Tim Meadows, Colin Quinn. We see a lot of current and recent SNL people as well. Kenan Thompson is here. Maya Rudolph is present. Mikey Day, Melissa Villasenor. So we have a whole host of SNL people as well. I don't know if that has anything to do with when he hosted last year, making new friends and getting together and say, hey, Melissa, you're funny. Do you want to be in this movie? I don't know. But anyway, as we go monitoring the Halloween activities, we hear a lot of strange noises. Hubie is tricked into heading into a corn maze to look for a lost child, but maybe he finds something else there that is unexpected. So that's the basic premise of the movie. His mother is played by June Squibb, who is always looking out for him and always wearing very inappropriate T-shirts that she gets at the Goodwill. Like one of them says boner donor, and she thinks boner is a term like it was in the 50s or 60s when boner meant making a mistake. So she thinks it has something to do with that. So throughout the movie, he keeps saying, oh, I made a boner, you guys. Hilarity ensues, ? I don't know. Look, these movies are all sort of, paint by numbers Sandler. Everything since really about, like I said, the mid-2000s, since like the Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry, the Zohan, Jack and Jill, Grown Ups, like all of these movies are like, average to terrible Sandler. None of them match the height of his old movies. But this one, I have to say, is a slight, I want to say, cut above some of the other ones. Certainly a lot of the recent Netflix entries. Like I said, the murder mystery with Jennifer Aniston was okay. I believe I did skate that by with a C+. But here, this movie is akin to the Medea Boo movies. That's sort of a central character that we've seen before. Medea for her. Hubie is not necessarily one that we've specifically seen before, but we know the Sandler archetype, and we see him here. He does the annoying voice. He is attempting to pull on some heartstrings at various points in the movie, and it's, and Medea does the same thing, with Tyler Perry. It's just kind of like, all right, after 85 to 90 minutes of, we're bullying this character, everybody in the town's a jerk, and, Hubie's an idiot, and is he actually an idiot, like on, any legal sense, or is he just kind of a stranger, a weirdo? We don't know. And then the last, 10 minutes, they try to really tug at the heartstrings, and you're like, oh, okay, now I'm really getting emotional. No, the last time I got emotional in an Adam Sandler movie was, I don't even know. I mean, Big Daddy makes me emotional, but God, that's 21 years ago at this point. I'm trying to think if there's any other. I mean, maybe Blended, with the Drew Barrymore connection, maybe. But I can't really think of any of them that are really like tugging at the heartstrings the way that I think they want them to. The voice is very annoying, but more annoying, I think, even than the voice, is that this is essentially a Sandler greatest hits. I mean, not only do we have a lot of the similar Sandler actors that he always uses, but Ben Stiller appears in the first scene of this movie as Hal, who is the same exact character that he was in Happy Gilmore. Sure, that's one. And then we've got O'Doyle. The O'Doyle family is back, and that harkens back to, I think, Billy Madison used the O'Doyles. So, that's harkened back for 20-some years, 25, 26 years. So he really is sort of trying to play the hits, and I get it. It's okay. And look, if you're an Adam Sandler devotee, you will really, I think, eat this up because it really does play the hits. If you think Shaquille O'Neal is just the comedic genius that Sandler thinks he is, you will eat this up. Ray Liotta appears here as a supporting character who his father recently died, and at the funeral he pushes Hubie into an open grave. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be his dad's grave or not, but it's like everybody in this town is such a jerk to Hubie. It's really like annoying. Hubie himself is annoying, and then everyone bullying him is annoying. And then the resolution to all of that is even like, okay, I don't know which characters I'm supposed to sympathize with. I don't know which characters I'm supposed to be annoyed with. Hubie is sort of a nice dude through and through. So I think, okay, we can all agree that we like Hubie as a character, but, the whole Julie Bowen side story makes pretty much no sense in the real world. Like, I know Sandler loves to, give himself these really beautiful, beautiful women to be with, whether it's Jennifer Aniston or Salma Hayek or Drew Barrymore. He's always got to have some hot babe. And this character specifically, it's just like Julie Bowen would, she was like the prom queen. Like, she would never, ever be with this kind of a person, I don't think, in the real world. I mean, I've been around a long time, and look, I'm a nice dude. I'm not getting somebody in Julie Bowen's league. That's for damn sure. So I don't know. Look, like I said, if you're a Sandler devotee, I think you will enjoy this much like you enjoy all of them. If you are tired of Sandler's antics, I think you'll probably regret the hour and 48 minutes that you spent with this movie, but maybe you will get a few laughs out of it. I think, like me, you will probably find it better than the bulk of Sandler's recent work. I've given a lot of F's and D's to especially the Netflix stuff, but even before that, I gave Chuck and Larry, I think, an F. Jack and Jill was a D. A lot of those, well, okay, wait, here's one of the last maybe 15 years that was pretty good. Bedtime Stories with him and Courtney Cox. But that's, more of a kid's movie and a family movie than any of this stuff. This is in the classic PG-13 Sandler vein, So not to keep repeating myself, so let's give this thing a grade. I'm going to sort of skate this by because, not with a positive grade, but skate it by from failing it, because I do think it's better than the Boo Medea movies, at least the second one, certainly. There's no real scares in this movie, and there's also not a whole lot of laughs, but I laughed maybe a few times. I don't know exactly what people are loving so much about this. This is like a 51% currently on Rotten Tomatoes, and to me, that's, for a Sandler movie, that's actually pretty good from some of the recent stuff. I haven't looked at what some of the other Sandler movies rate currently on Rotten, but 51% is a pretty even split of like, this is good and this is bad. I'm not sure what that 51% of the people that gave it a positive grade are thinking. Maybe they are huge Sandler fans. Again, I admit it's better than most of the recent output. I'm going to leave Hubie Halloween with a D+. I think there's a few small good things about it, but on the whole, it's a lot more of the same from the Sandler factory, the Happy Madison production company. So that is going to do it for now. I will hopefully have a multi-movie review for you within the next week or so, whether it be for new Netflix movies or for, other movies on demand or on other streamers or what have you. But I know there's a bunch of recent Netflix movies I still need to get to. I keep talking about Enola Holmes. I got to do that. So we'll get to that pretty soon. But I just thought Hubie needed to have his own review since it's being talked about by a lot of people. And, Halloween is in a couple weeks, so why not get that out? So like I said earlier, comment below if you've seen Hubie Halloween. What do you think? Are you a Sandler fan? Do you love this? Or is this just one more on the pile for you in Sandler's rotten filmography? And that voice, boy, oh boy, tell me what you thought of the Sandler voice that he's doing in this movie. Other than that, subscribe below, of course, and we'll see you next time for another review. Thanks for watching. Bye.